Hi everyone, Jeff here. I'm going to walk you through the Module 2 for the Communication Design Bootstrap. I'm going to do this pretty quickly. This is kind of just an introduction to what I expect. The main thing here is that I want to just reiterate the skills that you'll need. You'll need to be able to connect to a server using SFTP, an SFTP client. Be able to kind of manage your files, and this is a great life skill to have. You're going to have clients coming back to you. You're going to have other coworkers that you'll be collaborating with. So you really need to be on top of your game as to knowing where every file is. I am a mess in many ways. My file management on computers can be really messy, but the thing that I've learned is that when you're putting a site together, you really can't skimp on this part of it. You need to keep your files organized. You need to keep a constant, consistent naming formula, naming conventions, and your code needs to be the same way. You need when you hand code HTML, you need to indent it. You need to have it clean and be able to be readable. You need to use comments. So a lot of these things are kind of what I expect. So we'll talk a little bit about web framework at another time, but you'll need to be able to connect. There are a ton of tools. I'm not tool specific here. I just find the tool that suits me the best. There are a lot of them out there. There are some examples here, but by no means this is all tools. So really use whatever tools you want. The main thing that I require is that you hand code this. You can't really put this together in Dreamweaver. I want you to be able to type the code because using a WYSIWYG editor is not really what this is about. So if you're rusty on your hand coding, go to Codecademy, take the HTML and the CSS coding assignments and get caught up on that. So again, I expect hand coding. I expect things to be files named correctly and in the right spot. And you're going to use the HTML and CSS and responsive design to talk about this. So responsive design, of course, is how a page changes as you shrink it. So as I shrink that, now this is kind of laid out for a mobile device as opposed to, notice that the menu changes as I shrink it. Things like that. So that's responsive design. That's a big deal. You're going to be living that as you work in the design world because mobile devices are the way of the future, of course. So Bootstrap Framework allows for that. The grid system, if you've had some design classes, you've had the concepts of grid system design. So Bootstrap allows for that while at the same time being responsive. It lets you shrink the page and that grid system kind of adapts to a mobile device. Going to talk about the actual assignment in another video here in just a second. So we'll get to that and we'll get started.